Acclimate the animals. Acclimate the animals. Alright, so, I found this channel. It's called The Fish Guys. I mean, I didn't really find it. It's a really popular channel. See, they got 2.56 million subscribers. That's just ridiculous. And I'm going to be investigating this video of theirs to see what is wrong with it. I've already seen it, but I just want to point out the critical errors that they make in this video. You'll see.
Today, I'm building a giant beach ecosystem.
This is a nitpick, but like, who is I? Because there were two people in that shot, so like, who is I referring to in that sentence?
Inside of my warehouse. It'll be filled with exotic fish, sea creatures, and even dangerous predators. With 3,000 gallons of water and 2,500 pounds of sand, our goal is to make this the biggest beach ecosystem ever built on YouTube.
Oh,
and it all starts with
error.
the foundation of our beach.
It's like the biggest roll of bubblegum we'll ever see.
This is a huge tarp.
How big did we order?
Okay, now here's the problem that like really is just alarming, the first problem. So this is an inflatable pool, and like if they get any rocks, any sea animals that are like even remotely sharp, there's a risk it could just pop the entire thing. It just deflates. Everything just goes boom. See, that's the freaking risk with this, is that it's an inflatable pool, for goodness sake. And like, inflatable pools aren't really good with, sharp surfaces. Nothing inflatable is good with sharp surfaces.
We added in some sand to mimic the natural surf of the beach. Then we moved on to the shallow zone.
What's funny is that they used barely any sand. Now, I know that's, like, because they, you know, they used most of their sand on, like, the if you saw in the intro, they had, like, freaking sand everywhere. They spent most of the sand budget on that, but, like, could they not have at least added, like, 4 times as much sand to the freaking beach part?
Planting
Like that,
seagrass
that
and adding
they just
smaller
did,
rocks
like that.
to create a
That is
habitat.
such a pathetic, like, where my mouse is. That is a pathetic amount of sand.
And coral to build a rugged
You know,
reef
okay, I'll say this does look pretty cool.
structure just like you find in the ocean. And finally, the deep sea zone, where we used black sand and our biggest rocks and objects like shipwrecks and even a treasure chest.
The best?
See, what they don't tell you is that there's another problem with all this. You see, fish can get cut on sharp surfaces. You see, the thing is, you should always try and mimic a natural habitat with an enclosure with non-jagged rocks, and you should always try and use real plants that are smooth. Because there have been many cases where people think it's cute to put like a little knick-knack plastic thing inside of their fish bowl, and then when they do that, the fish freaking gets cut on the thing and it like bleeds out and it dies. So the important part is that these jagged surfaces and all these fake this could seriously injure whatever rams into it, especially if he's adding something that's like has a soft body. Okay. Gang, what did you expect was gonna happen? Why are you looking at me like I'm the one who did that? Alright, let's see what he does.
Sand-sifting starfish.
These are pristine sand sifters. They're really gonna do work on our beach shore.
No. Acclimate the animals. Acclimate the animals. Or is that too much work for you? Acclimate the animals. Or is that too much work for you? Ooh, sand fleas. Now, these are an interesting creature. The way these things do it is that they, like he's showing, they live at the shore, and then what they'll do is that they dig in the sand. But there's a glaring problem.
These things are gonna bury.
2 problems in this one frame. Problem number 1, you're not acclimating anything. Second problem, that's not enough sand for them to dig in.
I'm sending Jack on a mission to get a huge school of them.
I'm gonna use this net to catch
Great.
100 fish. Let's see if I can find them.
Also, now, I'm no expert in any of these fish. I don't know what any of their species are. But I'll tell you, they probably all require at least a 1 degree difference, or like salinity difference. You can't just dump them all in the same enclosure, because I never saw them add any heaters, no freaking like salinity controllers, no freaking coolers, nothing to control any of the water chemistry, basically. No heaters, no coolers, nothing to add or remove salinity, no filters. Oh my god, that's the worst part. They didn't even add any filters. They're just freaking raw dogging it. They just put this fish thing, the decoration, and the water, and then they're just not putting anything to help the fish. Like, this is terrible.
All are known to
Like, I'm like at least 70% positive that all these species cannot live in the exact same environment, like the exact same temperature, salinity, etc.
stick together, so hopefully
But
they stay in
what do I
one
know?
tight giant.
You know, I find it sad that he didn't add a single plant into that. There is nothing, and I mean nothing alive in that entire thing except for the fish. Let that sink in. No algae, actually. Wait, that's even worse. He didn't add plankton. He didn't add brine shrimp. He didn't add algae. He didn't add any of that. Dude, these fish are gonna die in, like, at least dude, at the slowest, they're gonna die in a week. Fastest, a day. He's gonna wake up tomorrow, and the water's gonna be black. It's gonna freaking be black, and there's gonna be bones everywhere. Please acclimate these, because these are wild caught minnows that he freaking caught from his local, like, river. So please acclimate it.
Yet.
Acclimate.
Starfish.
He loves the starfish.
Dude, no, this is stupid. He's carrying it out of the water for so long. Put it in the water. Put it in the water, please. Oh, no more acclimating, I guess. Why was I expecting him to acclimate it? Silly me. Oh, great. So now he's gonna put in what looks like freaking sea urchins and crabs. Wait, dude, this is what I was literally talking about earlier. These are sea urchins, and you know what sea... You know what? I don't even have to explain it to you. Look at what... Hold on, zoom in. Look at what this looks like. Okay, yeah. Now, do you really think that this going over to the edge of an inflatable pool will allow the pool to stay up? Exactly, I didn't think so. This will literally pop the pool if it gets too close to the edge. Like, if they accidentally, like, let's say he accidentally, like, puts his hand in the water and, like, waves it. That could cause a current, which would cause the sea urchin to bump into the pool wall, and then it would cause it to, like, pop, then all the water would drain. There's so many ways this could go wrong, and it's already going wrong, bro. Also, he's just standing in the water. His freaking dead skin cells are just gonna freaking infest the water and cause mold, because he hasn't added anything to clean up the water. And he's just adding these things so fast. This is gonna cause the biggest freaking ammonia spike I've ever seen. Since he doesn't have any freaking filters, no freaking ammonia, freaking checkers. He has no devices like that. He has no filters, no heaters, nothing to put in the water to change the water chemistry. And so there's going to be such a big ammonia spike that it will be there's going to be so much ammonia that it would kill a fully grown rhinoceros. Mark my words. Oh yeah, of course, you're going to add in clownfish without any sea anemone. You know, the thing they famously live inside of? He literally just said they live inside of anemones, and then he's not putting in anemones. Are we dead serious? This is sad. Like, this is just the equivalent of, like, a kid buying a fish bowl, then buying every single small fish at the entire pet store, dumping it in that fish bowl, then putting in some, like, bright pink and blue colored pebbles, and then putting in an extremely jagged rock and, like, a freaking mini castle knickknack. That's the exact equivalent. It's just it's larger. What I just described is just a mini version of what they're doing right now. Like, literally, it's a mini version. They're literally just putting a bunch of fish in what the equivalent is just of a giant square fish bowl, and then putting in a bunch of knickknacks. Actually, yeah, this is exactly what this is. This is just, literally, it's like what a kid thinks a fish has to live like, scaled up by 10. And then, but it's worse, because they're putting in a bunch of fish, which is going to cause an ammonia spike without filters. Oh yeah, because that's one way to get more 5-year-olds in your comments section. You know, you had to use the rarest eel. You know, you couldn't just use some common eel that you could just go find at the beach. No, you had to use the rarest one in the freaking world because it's necessary for your video to get more likes. You know what? I'm just not gonna watch the rest of this. Instead, I'm just gonna look at the comments. Surely other commenters have realized the mistakes that I have, right? Let's see. Keep it. No, this isn't looking good. Name the banana eel peanut. Oh no, they fell for the engagement bait. It says, I need to know where you got the pool. You missed such a golden opportunity to have poured the tiny cup of water into it and magic. No, they're just talking about how they should have edited the video. No. Wait, it says, love how there's a tiny layer of sand and dirt. Also love how this guy says, yo, that's perfect when the eel has nowhere to hide. No one's talking about the ammonia levels or anything like that. No. No one's talking about how they never added filters. No one's talking about it. No one in the comments section is talking about how they didn't add filters or anything for the water chemistry. They're not talking about ammonia spikes. They're not talking about not acclimating. No one in the comments is talking about the glaringly obvious problems. I'm done. I'm done.